weiß nicht, ob das Sinn macht, was ich hier tue. Hallo, wer Teamsley? Wartet mal kurz. Wir machen gleich einen neuen Save. Ich will nur gucken, ob das mit der Screen Source hier... So? Ihr macht das schon. Ah, Spoiler! Das Sache ist schon Version 1.2, die ich habe. Krass. Ich hab gedacht, ich wäre 1.0. Okay, ich war mir nicht sicher, aber es steht schon auf so leise. Es wird halt gefühlt auch nicht leiser. So? Ich will generell mal, sorry, das wird jetzt ein bisschen laut, aber generell mal mein fucking Mikrofon mal wieder so hinkriegen, dass es gut klingt. Hallo Julian. Übersteuere ich, Vettimi? Genau so sollte es eigentlich immer vor meiner Fresse sein. Aber meistens geht es mir auf den Sack und ich mache so und das ist nicht gut. So, meine lieben Jungs. Du, Vettimi, als alter Fear and Hunger Experte, such dir doch mal einen Charakter aus. Irgendwas. Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs. Okay. Wir spielen Olivia. The botanist's knowledge covers a wide variety of plants and herbs. She can create mixtures with strong healing properties, or alternatively, she can use her knowledge to create potent poisons. No. The soothing sound of the rail tracks. You're not used to such peaceful and tranquil atmosphere. Can't help but let your mind wander. You reminisce what has led you to this point in life. Remember muffs, blue noctoid muffs to be precise. That is your first memory as a child. You and your twin sister sitting in the backyard, illuminated by the cold blue hue of the moon. Instances where it was just the two of you sharing a moment were rare. That's probably why those moments matter you the most. You and your twin sister were born at the strike of midnight, at the turning point of muffs. Thus, you were born with different birth signs. One was born with a shattered soul and one with a radiating soul. Since that moment, it was evident that the two of you would lead very different paths in life. Just as predicted, you were the polar opposites of each other from the very early on. You were fragile and weak in build, whereas your sister, Ryla, was an active and adventurous child that could have easily been an athlete if she just chose so. You were stuck indoors reading books for the most of your time. Your sister spent her time outside making friends with other kids of the neighborhood. Despite your differences, you took solace from each other in the strict religious household you grew up in. One thing was common between the two of you. You both wanted out of the ever-watching eye of your parents and their religious dogma. You found escapism from the nature and botanism. Your sister, also being academically gifted, took interest in sciences. Yes, the Termina chose so. She would dedicate her time to new sciences that centered around advanced engineering and top-of-the-line technology. Her taking interest in the academia did irk you a little bit, as if she had stepped into your territory. Give in to jealousy and try to outdo her in science? Or stick to botanism? Was machen wir, Timmy? Sind wir der büffelnde Schlong? Oder sind wir der Blumenboy Disabled Woman? Was hab ich denn da? Am Arm, Alter. Aua, das tut weh. Keine Ahnung. Der Blumenboy, okay. You decided to concentrate on your own doings instead of giving in to jealousy, and it quickly bore fruit. You learned undergrowth awareness. While occupying yourself with the world of botanism, your sister would often quietly join your reading sessions, burying herself into her own books. Despite your differences, these reading sessions really created a strong bond between the two of you. During your high school years, a disaster struck. You suffered multiple small strokes in a short period of time and was left bedridden. Naturally, you were terrified by what could have been causing this. Your parents first turned to religious healers for aid, but nothing seemed to work. Your sister tried to persuade them to seek out modern doctors, but your parents were slow to react to her pleas. After getting no results, your parents finally gave in, but it was too late at that point. The diagnosis was that you had an abnormality of the spinal cord that affected the blood flow and its supply. You underwent a long operation in hopes of fixing the issue, but unfortunately things didn't go well and you were bound for a wheelchair for the unseeable future. If something had been done sooner, maybe things could have been different. What followed was an intense period during which you tried many different medical treatments, all for nothing. There was no escaping the wheelchair. Your legs did have some minor function, but they were left far too weak to carry your own weight properly. The world felt like such an unfair and hostile place after all you had gone through. All this just further created contrast between you and your sister. You couldn't help but be envious of her. Her life seemed to roll forward without hiccups of any kind, whereas you struggled with each step you took quite literally. Nevertheless, the two of you continued, if not on the same path, then on the same lane at the very least, as you both entered the same university in Bremen. Naturally, you were studying botanism and natural sciences, and your sister studied new computer sciences and engineering. You both were tremendously relieved. You had finally moved out of your parents' sphere of influence. Like always, you and Ryla were the polar opposites. Why would things have been any different in the university? You had trouble getting acquainted with other students, but your sister, on the other hand, was already leading the student council and was even getting very familiar with one of the university professors. Try to steal the affection of the professor? Just concentrate in your own studies or expose the professor to his superiors? Timmy, wie evil bist du? Du bist eigentlich so immer der kleine liebe Boy hier im Chat. Deswegen glaube ich eigentlich, dass du niemand was Böses willst, aber da wir nur böse Auswahl haben, expose him. Aber das passt auch wieder zu dem lieben kleinen Boy mit der Petze, ja. Das ist gegen das Gesetz, Herr Lehrer. Das dürfen Sie nicht. Your student life continued smoothly. You were constantly ranked top of your class, and the nature seemed to lift its veil of secrets the further you got in your studies. Your sister did even better at school. Apparently, she was practically a genius in her field. She took part in a special student exchange program between the Brahmin Empire and the Eastern Union. She would get to see the world while you were stuck on your laurels. Nothing new, there you pondered. In any case, the time had come for you to choose where you would specialize in your botanical studies. Folkloristic side of botanism or toxicology? Vettimi. Vettimi ist Randall. Jetzt, wo du es sagst, alles wird klar. Vettimi war 99% solved und 1% Mysterium. Der 1% hat seine ganze fucking Structure nochmal geändert, Mann. Das ist das eine Detail, was wir nicht über ihn wussten. Toxic wie ich. Nett. You learned toxicology. You graduated, started your own research in botanism, while also working on the biggest greenhouse in Bremen. What should have been a brand new start in life felt more like you falling into place to gather moss, living your life through your sister's amazing tales. Her research abroad seemed to open many doors for her. The Eastern Union hired her to work in top secret facilities around the Central Europa. You would receive letters from her frequently, always from a different country. She could never fully reveal what she worked on, but she did say that despite working for the army, her inventions would be for the better of mankind, not for war. That's what they tell you. It all sounded incredible, and you were genuinely happy for her, really. Only the letters came to a halt all of a sudden. You wouldn't hear from Rayla for months. After 6 months, your parents got information that Ryla had been accused of treason. She had committed serious crimes against the Brahmin Empire. That's at least the official story. By the time you heard of this, she had already been in an undisclosed Brahmin prison for months. You felt helpless. There wasn't much you could do. The next time you heard of her was when you read the news about a terrorist group called Nameless Liberty Underground breaking her free from prison. What had your sister gotten herself into? A terrorist organization with sacrifices? The news really bothered you. You had definitely heard of the Nameless Liberty Underground before, but where? Then you remembered it. The professor Ryla had been seeing during her school years had mentioned the organization in a passing comment. You investigated where the professor had gone after getting fired from the university, only to find out that he had been executed several months prior. Strafe. He too had been accused of treason and had been sentenced to be hanged in the middle of a battlefield. That's kinda weird. Something weird was definitely yeah, sag ich ja. Got to search through his office and found several letters from Ryla. Apparently the two had been in a letter correspondence long after Ryla had graduated. In the last letter from her, Ryla had cryptic writings about a cube. Eastern Union had been desperately trying to replicate the cube, but to no avail, whatever that meant. Ryla was worried that the operation in Prehevel was what Kaiser of Bremen Empire was after. There's still time before he could get here. I still have time. Those were Ryla's last words. Upon further investigation, you found out that Prehevel was a medium-sized city in the country of Bohemia. That is the last known location of your sister, and that is where you decided to head without delay. With a real adventure ahead of you, how did you prepare for the trip? How, Vettimi, how? Oh, nice. You managed to find the Alchemelia Volume 1. Gibt uns Rezepte für Craften im Spiel. You felt tense since the moment you embarked on this journey. Every night you'd see nightmares of the horrors that would wait in Pre-Evil. Pre-Evil, whatever. Are they just dreams? You can't help but feel that there's more to the dreams than mere logic would dictate. Save your character history? Yeah, come on, man. Skip the intro? No. Not this time. Nötig? Ja. Useless? Nein. Das könnte ja useful und nötig sein. You feel like someone was watching you while you slept. Was that your sister? You see, quick key to get on and off your wheelchair. A pile of suitcases have been left here without supervision. Okay, boys. Cruisen. We be cruisen. Ugly-haired man. Excuse me. No answer. Ellery man. No answer. You search the luggage. You find a vial of oil. Wir klauen einfach mal alles. Ihr habt nicht so einen coolen Rollstuhl wie ich, oder? Ich mag's halt, wie da auch Schrittgeräusche kommen, wenn man mit ihr durch die Gegend cruist. You search your luggage. What the fuck? '18th century cavalry metal helmet. It doesn't stay on very well, but feels clumsy, but offers great protection. That it does, yes. Sicher, das wird ein hotter Run, Mann. Anitor. You. Weiß ich nicht. Dead King. I've been looking for you everywhere. Just where did you think you ran off to? Don't you understand the hurry we are in? I don't understand. The eyes of the janitor bulge out from their sockets as his expression intensifies. No one expects you to. You are a stupid fucking human after all. Now get your ass back to the workbench. Alter, der ist evil. This is your last chance. Next time it's punishing time. What am I supposed to do? What? You're supposed to assemble new cubes, of course. As for how, figure it out yourself. If you're not capable of that much, you're beyond help and useless in every sense of the word. Das verstehe ich schon. Nur weil wir ein Cripple sind, müssen unsere Arme funktionieren, ja? Fucking hell, ey. What you goggling at? There's nothing to see here. Eyes on the cubes. Work or whip those eyes out of your pretty face. The janitor's screaming at the girl in pink. The girl, she's your sister Ryla. There's no mistaking it. I wonder what you should do. Why is Ryla here? Why is she playing the part? She's assembling these cubes like told to. Use directional keys to assemble cubes. For the cube pro. Ola's trying to get your attention. I'm so glad to see you. Gives you a faint smile. Alter, klar kommen wir mit. Where do you think you are going? Alter. Janitor be janitoring. Okay, Boys. Können wir denn? can harvest irritable and poisonous plants safely and also tell about the plants that have potential use in your situation. A passive skill useful in the field. Toxicology. A skill to condense the effective properties of different poisonous plants to maximize their potential. Teaches you to the recipes for condensed nettle and condensed hemlock. Yo, talk. Stupid human imbecile! Slit your throat and flay your life, that'll teach you. Please, just let me go. Flay me, I'll finish the job on your back after. Okay. You'll see. Their fate's worse than death. The janitor doesn't care about your threats. Oh wow. Run. Wir können wahrscheinlich einfach abhauen. Aber nicht bevor wir ihn mit uns nehmen. Ich glaube, wir haben dafür, dass wir ihn doof angemacht haben, Defense Plus bekommen. Oh mein. I'll teach you to run away. Yeah. Let's see you dash around like a little jailbird with all these chicken thighs of yours. Ich finde ihren Blick auf Horror einfach gut. Wie das steht. Now get back to work. Ist halt wirklich. The janitor walked away to get more material for the cubes. Wie ich so kann dort durch die Gegend cruise. Gut. Hätten wir das auch geklärt. Your head hurts. You feel like you're losing your mind. Will unter den Tisch? Will hier an den Tisch. Das ist noch Intro, ja? Ah, there you are. A mysterious person greets you in a monotonous voice. But you pulled out from that nasty place. You were going deep into that rabbit hole. Show his goodwill, my master has mended your wounds and tatters this once. What a joy. Kann das Spiel lauter machen? Eben war es anscheinend zu laut. Das kann aber auch einfach nur das Intro-Menü gewesen sein. Thank you for getting me out of there. You are welcome. Since our words could not possibly reach my master, I speak in his behalf. And who might my master be? Well, for now let's just say that he, the delinquent one, Rare, the trickster moon god. And me, you can call me Perkeel. I'm just a humble servant of his celestial majesty. You are a dreamer. He's the dream. My master has invited 14 of you to join us in this jubilee of cosmic proportions. 14 candidates, but only one true victor. Battle Royale. The festival of Victory Royale is upon us. Yeah. Fuck that shit. But it is not a matter of what you want any longer. My master doesn't give options, and frankly, neither do I. This must all be very confusing to you. I won't burn you with any more information at this very moment. Just head towards a tower. That's all you need to know for now. I will gladly answer questions once you get there. But until that, let us meet again under the moonlight. You're awake suddenly. Was it all just a dream? And your sister? Oh, stalker. Train, it seems to have stopped. Yo. The man in the suit is talking to himself. He seems to be completely lost in his own thoughts. Already late, so late. So that must be the best course of action for now. You interrupt the discussion. Oh, the sleeping beauty woke up. Yeah, thank goodness there were some people still around. Yep, still around. We were kinda waiting for you actually. You must be as clueless as the rest of us. The train left us all here, at the outskirts of the city. All the train personnel, everyone, gone. No explanations. This sounds like a mystery movie. Mystery, alright. We decided to stay and wait here for a while. Someone has to come for the train sooner or later. So if you're not in a hurry, I recommend just going back inside and try to relax. What's your name anyway? My name is Marina. You can call me August. Karin Sauer, a journalist on duty. Hey, I'm Henrik. And this mystic gentleman here is Osa. Was Osa, right? Silly man. I'm pretty sure it was. We were the first to wake up. Before you came out, we were talking about this. You saw the weird nightmare too, right? Yeah. Yep, figured as much. Get this, we all saw the same nightmare. The moon, the girl in the pink dress, the festival of Termina. Really creepy, isn't it? Not this talk again. We should have asked that army pig, the Bremen pig. He was in way too much of a hurry to leave, but I bet he knew something. This smells like a statistic army experiment. Sounds exactly like something Bremen army would be part of. Had similar hallucinogens experimented on war prisoners. Now that the war's over, they have to get their guinea pigs elsewhere. I wish I had your capacity and faith, but... Feist? Ich hab nicht richtig gelesen. I really have a hard time believing every conspiracy theory floating around. Ganz gut, wie er da mit so einer Fluppe steht. I'm a journalist. I've covered wars, you know. I don't need some flaky eye-patched foreigner telling me what's possible and what's not. You haven't seen what I've seen during these past few years. I've covered wars too, you know. All men and women for the past decade or two have covered wars. What's your point again? Fucking giga shit. I've seen my fair share of hallucinogens as a doctor, and I can tell from first-hand experience that there are no known chemicals that create visions that vivid. Especially visions that are identical with this many people. I can feel the tension rising between these two people. I take it that we're done here? As much as I'd like, I don't have time to play happy campers with you people. I have a job to do. Which way is the city? Look up there over the forest top. Can you see the tower standing erect in the mist? That tower marks the center of Prehevel. You can hike through the forest to get there, it's not that far. Alright then. If I see anyone, I'll let them know you guys are waiting, yeah? Have fun finding a scoop from that sleepy town. You know where to find us if anything comes up? Yeah, what are you going to do? Wait here, I guess. I'm not in a hurry. A1. That's a slow. Nice day, isn't it? Yeah, a bit foggy. True enough. But it is peaceful in its own right, don't you think? Yeah, I find it eerie. Do not fret, I'm sure if you stay at the train it'll be alright. Okay. Ah, the sleepy one. What are you doing? Just felt a little artistic. Actually, I hate drawing. I'm really bad at it. Luckily, ritual cycles don't require the same skills. What's your story? My story? Gotta be more specific. I'm too complicated for just a few lines of dialogue. What brings you here? Originally from Prehevel. But I'd never admitted in a conversation it was from such a depressing and godforsaking small town. So you will only make yourself look stupid if you go spreading the word. I thought Prehevel was a medium-sized city. Even medium-sized cities can be uncivilized, believe me. What do you think about the dream? Oh yeah, it was cool. There's something bothering me though. No one talked much about the moon. The rapid smile will leave a scar in my subconsciousness for sure. Asterix! Maybe it's just because I've been studying this stuff for the majority of my life, but I think it was a vision meant for us to decipher. You seem obvious, you know? Oblivious, you know? That's why I have a hard time believing the conspiracy stuff the other guys were talking about. Das ist ein Hurensohn, Boys. Ich will euch keine Narrative aufdrücken, aber das ist ein Hurensohn. What's your problem? He doesn't say a word, but you can see his expression getting angrier. Weird situation we're in, right? His expression just keeps getting more grim. That fucking does it. What was that? He seems to have some issues. It's my fault. I angered him with my constant questions. No idea. Ja, wir sind mal ehrlich, man. Are you kidding me? That guy's an ass. Nothing more to it. These seats are perfectly suited for resting. You just need to clear out all the papers out of the way first. Find combat manual and Prehevel map. Okay, hier ist schon die Hälfte weg. Hey, hello. Yeah, nice day, isn't it? Ah nee, den hat man schon. Aber das hat man nicht. What brings you? Nothing much. A twist of fate, perhaps. I'm just passing through. You say so? Nice weather to enjoy the outdoors. Just don't go wandering too far, my friend, okay? Would you look at that behind? Are you dead serious? If I keep that up, I'll come up with better use for this wrench. How about making yourself useful? Maybe I will do just that. Just wait and see, Ginger. Yes, go make me proud. Muss sie auch benutzen. Ich hab grad... Ich hoffe, ihr habt das gelesen. Ich hab's nicht gelesen. Das war dieser typische Moment. Ich lese, aber ich verarbeite nicht. What are you doing? Just checking up on things. What is that you want? What's your story? My story is none of your concern. Besides, I do not wish to bore you with such tedious and dragged out stories. What's your name? My name is Osa. What business do you have here? Do you think I could have come here for the festival? You know what the festival is? I know about it. The secrets are painted on the wall, clear as the day. Not as clear as the Prehevelian day, of course. It is quite misty here today. Maybe there's some wisdom to that too. Oh, I need to write that down. What do you think about the dream? It was interesting. What about you? What did you think of it? Yeah, it was sinister. Yes, I can see that. Sometimes a mere gut feeling is enough to go by. Haben wir nicht. Yo. Doesn't seem to be interested in small talk. And again, these army barricades suggest that maybe there's something to that crazy theory of hers. Nah, something doesn't seem right here. What do you plan to do? Probably just head out too. There's no telling how long it takes for someone to come for the train. Besides, the city is right around the corner. Ja. Gehen wir auch mal in die City, ha? Aber unterwegs sammeln wir alles auf, was wir finden können. Ha. Nicht, dass ich jetzt wüsste, was alles ist, weil wir jetzt neue Sachen sammeln können, die ich noch nicht kenne. Cool. Wir haben auf jeden Fall erstmal die Meat Pie Quelle gefunden. Ja, das Spiel hat Randomized Loot, genau wie der erste Teil. An sich würde ich auch sagen, kann man so ziemlich das gleiche erwarten, was ihr schon mal bei 4 in Hangar 1 gesehen habt. Nur, dass ich 4 in Hangar 1 schon kannte. Während das hier bis auf ein paar Todo-Streams noch ziemlich neu ist für mich. Deswegen auch vieles nicht kenne. Aber den Anfang sollte ich kennen. Was ist das denn? Eine Penispflanze. Gepickt up Nettle. Dann gehen wir mal in den Norden, in die Stadt, meine lieben kleinen Männers. Auf jeden Fall, es gibt auch 8 Charaktere, wie ihr am Anfang gesehen habt. Eigentlich sind es 7 gewesen, oder? Ich bin mir gerade gar nicht sicher. Und jeder Charakter hat halt seinen eigenen Schicht, den er am Anfang kann. Man kann die so ein bisschen ausbecken, dass sie ein bisschen variieren, aber den hier habe ich zum Beispiel noch nicht wirklich gespielt. Ich habe mir mal die Backstory angesehen und die coole Mechanik hier entdeckt. Und gedacht, wenn ich den spiele, dann wahrscheinlich eher im Stream. Der Timmy war natürlich der Best Boy und hat dann gesagt, nimm den Charakter. Was ist alles zusammen? Ja. Wir sind irgendwo in der Stadt ausgesetzt worden und das sieht natürlich nach einer sehr, sehr freundlichen Stadt aus. There's a ritual circle carved here. You could actually use it if you had something to draw with. Habt ihr auch Ritual Cycle zu Hause? Ich habe einen im Keller. Der beschwört Wasser. Gallery Man. What is that? What on earth is going on? They're all dead. This is horrible. Should we report this to someone? Local police? Der Typ ist bonkers. Von dem kriegen wir keinen Input mehr. Ist absolut fucking bonkers. Aber hier war auch noch Loot, ne? Ja. Nice Loot. Haben wir hier? Pick up Wild Dagger. Macht Wild Dagger. Rare plant, the sea growing in wild in Europa. Someone must have planted it here when smoked. The plant has a calming and numbing effect, great for relieving fear. Das ist praktisch, Bastrix. Wenn du Discord Boys, Stream Boys mit den spielbaren Characters assoziieren müsstest, mit wen? Sagst du wieder Sachen? Ich glaube, du wärst Karin. Ich glaube, Alto wäre der fucking Melee Boy. Philipp wäre Levi. Basterix. Schwer. Asterix ist schwer. Ich wollte gerade nochmal gucken. Nettle. Leaves and the stem have many hollow stinging hairs that cause mild irritation. Ich wollte gucken, ob wir ein Rezept dafür bekommen, wo wir irgendwas mit damit machen können. Tatsächlich ja. Du bist ja keiner von den Spielbaren. Deswegen ist es schwer. Auch dann wärst du nicht August. Dann warst du ein Fecal Dog. You Fecal Dog. Hier ist ja noch jede Menge Shit, Mann. Oh, was? Nee, wegen der Journalist Nature. Der Wissbegierigkeit. Jetzt ist, irgendwer hat eben gesagt, es ist zu leise. Jetzt sind wir in der Mitte. Und wer hier rastet jetzt wieder aus, weil der Sound scheiße ist? Ja, Dead King. Was fällt dir ein? Jedes Mal, wenn du da bist, kommt der Typ und zeigt seinen Penis. Tschüss. Hallo? Ich glaube, das ist sein Problem. Okay, Treppe hoch ist nicht so cool. Wheelchair. Something sticky and yellow seeping from the inside of that. From the inside that makes the refrigerator door stuck. Open it with force. A terrible stench oozes from the inside. You find a white well. The cupboard contains everyday tableware. Das müssen wir gleich in die andere Richtung probieren. Lone Candle ist hier. Ich hoffe nicht. Wir werden mal auf unsere Health gucken. Random junk around the table. Looks like someone has stayed here recently. Among the rubbish you find the woodman's letter. Woodman's letter. Beast has entered this house. It is not my property any longer. Beast took my wife. It took my dignity. It took my faith. If it wasn't for the full moon, I would let it take my life as well by my own hand. Dishes on the table. Last Frontier, Chapter 1. Hat das was mit Fallout the Frontier zu tun? Last Frontier, the Vinland Colonial Chapter 1. The legends report that in year 1009, a group of explorers from Oldegard first made contact with the island region of Vinland. This is the first written record of the continent. The next confirmed case dates back to year 1310, when a small fleet from Bosonia ventured to the dark waters of the west. However, it would take another 200 years before an established trade route would be begun by the seafarers of Oldegard in the year 1577. It was during this escapade that the continent was named Vinland, translating to Wineland, supposedly because of the amount of wine required to wipe the memories clean of the land and the horrors it contained. Despite the existence of the continent becoming more common knowledge among the scholars of the Western world, ventures to the said land were very rare. In the year 1650, a scholar from the Vatican City wrote the following description of the land. Soil consists of minerals that seem to reject sunlight and warmth altogether, resulting the ground to look like a contiguous, colorless black mass, but it's hard to measure depth of each hill and basin with the naked eye. And the few plants that manage to grow on this hostile ground end up taking these very same features. Thus, the landscape merges together as far as the eye can see. There's endless darkness. If you're lucky, the clouds might shift a little and you can at the very least tell where the land ends and where the gloomy sky begins. The land is cursed. The land is morbid and dark. Each settler comes back with vivid stories of very personal nightmares they went through during their stay in Vinland. Discovery of this continent is the biggest mistake the mankind has ever made. Vinland klingt nach way to denken Holiday Trip. Hey boys. Alter. Body und Mind sind okay, Mann. Fun times. Was haben wir denn da? Penny Bun Mash. Lass mich raus. The woodman approaches you ominously. A silent rage in his eyes. A sense of terror fills the air. Yeah, I'm ready to defend myself, just so you know. The words are in vain. The woodsman is clearly out for blood. Bye. The party tries to escape. Fuck off. Alter, wie schnell sie in ihrem fucking Wheelchair ist, Mann. Geht voll Scooten so. Oh, poisonous, I guess. Das ist der zweite Teil. Wovon? The search box. You search the box. Pep pills. Pep pills are nice. Pep pills and combat drugs. Read up. Oh, nice. Pick up, read up. Von dem Game. Von welchem Game? I'm just messing with you. Natürlich. Soll sonst sein. Das ist ein Racing. Ja, meine Meinung, Alter. Die ist viel zu schnell dafür, ey. Ich habe das Gefühl, ich kann jeden Gegner outrunnen. Wir machen jetzt gleich mal die Challenge. Hier ist ein Gegner, der sollte eigentlich schneller sein. Oder zumindest fast schneller sein wie einer selber. Wenn ich den outrunnen kann, dann ist das confirmed der OP-ste Charakter von allen. White Vial. Jetzt kriegen wir consistently White Vials aus Kühlschränken. Charred black matter. Someone actually made this? It does look like food. There seems to be pasta in there somewhere. Take some. Some effort, you are able to chip away some of the black matter with you. Wardrobe, we've got all racks. Nice. Okay, nimm sie halt nicht. Oh mein, nicht nice. Meat pie. Pie. Oh no. Reichmesser, Heads oder Tails? Heads. Hätte ich mal auf Death King. Wie machst du das wieder gut? Streichmesser. Bye. Ich stell mir das vor, wie du in deinem Haus bist und plötzlich kommt so eine so eine Wheelchair-Tussi da rein und outrunnt dich, wenn du versuchst, sie einzufangen und dann cruist sie einfach in deinen Keller rein. Ich weiß noch nicht, ob ich die Excuse accepte. You find the Book of Fears. Da stehen die Fachbegriffe für alle Fears drin. Jeder Charakter eine 4 hat. Keratophobia. Fragen wir mal nach. Fear of Monsters and Malformations. Basically, wir könnten nicht ohne Mind Damage gegen Zero kämpfen. Yeah, and that's fucking hydrating. Unlock the basement doors. Der Typ, ne? Wie oft will der noch versuchen, mich zu kriegen? Flower. Hier links. Lavender. Hier links. So, das ist der Gegner, von dem ich sprach, der ihn eigentlich outrunnt. Ich fürchte, das macht er auch immer noch. Oh nein, ich bin noch mal hängen geblieben. Okay. There's no shame in running away from battles. Live to see another day. Let me scoot! Komm, 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 komm. Wir sind escaped. Der will mich vergasen. Aber ich würde sagen, wir gehen einfach wieder über dieselbe Stelle in die Stadt rein. Ich fürchte, Basterik hat recht. Ich will es nicht genau mit diesen Worten sagen, aber ich fürchte, er hat recht. Genau das will er tun. Er hat nicht zu wenig Vespingas. So, aber Pigman sollte jetzt in der linken Seite der Stadt sein. Dadurch können wir hier einfach in Ruhe lang cruisen. Der ist jetzt ein bisschen nervig, aber Outrunnern wir einfach auch. Gute ist halt, der Loot, den er hinterlassen hat, ist jetzt free. Wodka und Meat Pie. Ich auch. Fried Meat. Jo, kannst du mich in Ruhe lassen? Danke, tschüss. Disrespect. Wir müssen das jetzt habe ich im Kopf, wie wir an denen vorbei cruisen, kurz uns auf den Boden schmeißen, mit einer Hand den Wheelchair hinter uns herdragen, ein bisschen über den Boden robben und dann weiter cruisen. Der absolute mad lad Disrespect. Olivia geht schon krass ab hier. Das ist wie Extended Teabagging. Was haben wir denn da? A lucky coin. Like Emilia Volume 3. Noch mehr Recipes. Wir können auf jeden Fall schon das da mal craften. Condensed nettle. Also known as stinging nettle, the leaves and the stem have many hollow stinging hairs that cause mild pain if touched. The hairs won't cause any real damage, but they do irritate quite a bit. Mixed herbs. Mixture of blue and red herbs that is especially potent. One wing necklace. Okay. Kann ich nicht sagen, was das macht. Und Dance. Ah, ich verstehe noch nicht wirklich, wie ich das als Poison deuten soll. Schmetterling, quasi. Open it. Hasse mein Leben. Ja, Mann, dann irritate ich meinen Gegner. Zu Tode. Euch ist aufgefallen, dass wir noch keinen Gegner getötet haben, ne? Bremen Elite Helmet. Was ist denn hier los mit den Helmen? Ich kack ab, Mann. The helmet clearly takes inspiration from ancient Lombardia, where fighters clad in armor would duel for people's entertainment. What the fuck? So, headshotted werde ich schon mal nicht. There's someone there. Looks like a cat boy. Yo, who's there? Okay, dann nicht. Fick dich. Ah, seht ihr? Die kommt doch perfectly fine die Ladder hoch. Luxury Goods Salat, sei nicht so abwertend. Someone's leftovers. Take some. You take some rotten meat. Yeah, Catboy. You heard me right. It's a hell yeah. Soulstone. 9mm bullets. Pipe. Pipe? Oh, nicht so eine Pipe. Ah. Du kannst dich mal verpissen, Brudi. Ich glaube, wir haben ein Problem. Ja, fuck you. Netter Damage. Man Crit. You find a sickle. Kopf angreifen bringt extrem viel, weil Köpfe wenig Health haben. Aber Kopf treffen ist ein Problem. Macht euch nochmal erstmal keine Sorgen, warum ich Köpfe einsammle. Das ist kein krankes Hobby von mir. A tool used for harvesting crops. It also has a long history as a weapon of choice for civilians. A dead body. Investigate. It's hard to make sure of the cause of death. There's not much physical trauma present. Maybe he suffered a heart attack or died because of some other disease or poison. There's something bulging in the corpse's pocket. A small booklet rolled up. You find Soldier's Diary 1. What backwater parts these dark corners of Earth really are. When I heard about this assignment, I figured the city of Prehaven was at least decent size and there would surely be some entertainment to be had with the local dances and street girls, but alas, I'm not too keen on getting that comfy with the locals after sightseeing the city a bit. Frankly, I'm baffled at how a city of this size has managed to stay so isolated from the neighboring influences in modern times. Three evil folk still hold on tightly to religious rites as old as the fellowship itself. The human sacrifices creep me out in this day and age. Even if I've seen the horrors of war, the crucifixes set around the city managed to send a chill down my spine. Who knows, Dead King? Who knows? Wie gesagt, ich habe das Spiel selber noch nicht durch und auch noch nicht durchgesehen. Ich habe einen guten Teil gesehen, ja. Aber auch daher weiß ich, dass ich viel nicht gesehen habe. Das Besondere an dem Game ist halt, es gibt basically eine branching Story und das Spiel läuft innerhalb des Zeitraums von 3 Tagen. So, und da wir 14 Participants haben, wir hatten zweimal Heads hintereinander. Es kann jetzt kein Heads mehr sein. Fick dich doch, Dead King. So, und dadurch, dass je nachdem, wie wir mit den Charakteren interagieren, halt der Verlauf anders wird, gibt es, glaube ich, sehr viel Content für dieses Spiel, auch wenn das Set Frame für das Spiel nur 3 Tage sind. Ich finde die Treppe schon ein bisschen racist. Yo. Check the bookshelf for anything interesting. You find recipes of the 15th century, volume 1. Book contains the traditional recipes dating back to the 15th century cuisine. The recipes are collected from the memories of the infamous chef Anders that worked at the royal kitchen. Fucking kitchen recipe. Skin Bible. Chapter of Sylvian. Chapter of Gorgoroth. Recipes. Hier geht's ab gerade. The language has changed a great deal since then, and you do not bother seeking the effort right. Poetry. Wer bothert schon für Poetry? Reheaval document. In Bible, Chapter of God of Fear and Hunger. Okay, haben wir ein bisschen Reading. Die sind cool, was du regst, ne? Ich hab gar nicht gesehen, wie hungrig ich bin. Ach, ein bisschen Hunger. Okidokes. Skin Bible, Grogoroth. The destroyer of man, he who ushers a new dawn with force and violence. Grogoroth is the other part of the most primal duality, creation and destruction, where the other doesn't exist without the other. The word destruction is often associated with the evil of the world. This, of course, is foolishness. There's no room for new creation if the slate is not first burned clean and empty. A man fears destruction, man gets accustomed to peace and quiet. Man grows fat and afraid of change. Change is inevitable, just as Grogoroth. What one needs to understand is that the destruction is of pure kind. It does not target one man specifically, it just exists. Grogoroth is associated with the gods of creation, Sylvian and their child, the god of nature, Vinushka. Grogoroth offers the mankind the blessing of blood magic. Constant sacrifices in his name will maintain the relationship. The mark of Grogoroth raises the physical strength of its wield. Text includes a sigil of Grogoroth and instructions on how to use it. The God of Fear and Hunger. There are popular texts that tell stories of a false god and a chosen human joining together in the darkest of the wettest of dreams. The forgotten and long dormant god of the depths perished that night. Only an older god never truly perishes. And instead, the god of Fear and Hunger planted its roots and started to grow her influence on the surface world. Scheming false deity had hoped her daughter would be the light of mankind. Only true darkness does not breed light. The god of fear and hunger was a pure child, a blank slate birthed in the darkest pits of human creation. That is where she grew, that is all she knew. She was the pure representation of fear and hunger, not spoiled by even a glimmer of hope. Mankind had seen its share of stagnation and suffering up to that point. To rise from those perilous pits, growing pains were necessary. Progress comes at a price. Fear motivated people while hunger kept them moving forward. People cherished their hardship and drew inspiration from it. They learned from it. What followed was advancement that mankind had not seen since the forgotten ages. The dark fumes that rise from the pipes of modern cities are direct consequences of this era, an era that came to be known as the Cruel Age. The mark of fear and hunger raises the maximum capacity of the mind. The text includes a sigil of fear and hunger and instructions on how to use it. Sylvian. Hello, Terra. The goddess of love, lust, and creation. She created man and woman at the dawn of time. From the very first moment, she loved her children dearly. Over time, her love blossomed into a more obsessive form, and she would take a more hands-on approach in controlling the direction her children took in life, always having their best interests in mind, of course. Once she realized her children would never return the same amount of affection back to her, her love took a more twisted form. Sylvian forced mankind more to her liking and closer to her own image, while her gift to humans, the love of magic, otherwise known as the flower magic. For a brief moment in history, mankind fell into a craze of fleshly delights. As a synchronized mass sea of naked people in the middle of coitus would pulsate and waste their days. Sylvian is often associated with Gorgoroth, the god of destruction, their offspring Venuska, god of nature. Her mark of Sylvian raises the magical evasion of it. Magically. It's so oddly specific. Prayerful document. Looking back at the history of this place, there has been settlement here for as long as the history books cover the area. It has always centered around the mysterious hollow tower that works as the central pillar of the community. The city flourished during the Cruel Age in the 1600s, but it quickly fell from prominence and the closer we got to the modern times. I understand the city is medium in size as far as cities in Eastern Europe go, but I still find it hard to believe that this place would serve as a hub of any kind of civilized world. For some reason, the government officials insist that Spreehavel keeps its capital identity despite it being one of the more remote and unwelcoming cities in all of Bohemia, if not all of Europa. The only explanation I can come up with is that the country is proud of the old archaic rites that still go down in the city, and they want to show their full support. If you were to visit Prevel and sightsee its small center, you'd see glimpses of its ancient glory days, still well and alive in these modern times. Do not let the western style shopping district with its latest movie posters and advertisements fool you. The locals still worship the old world order in the dank and crumbling parts of the town. Ritualistic murder sites are just around the corner, no matter where you are in the city. While the churches look to be dedicated to our one true god, Alma from the outside, inside tell a whole different story. Ancient gods without name in any known language still linger in those crypts. Why wouldn't they? You can hear the priests chant their masses in the moonlit alleys during the dead of the night. The whole wicked city is a playground for the ancient beings, and the people living there offer themselves and to the first taker without second thought. Ritualistic murder. From afar the city looked convincing and nice, but upon closer look it's pretty crude. Durch? Können versuchen durchzukommen. Hello, door. Fuck you up. No, I'm gonna talk to you. Wooden door. There are no conversations to be had here. Just too strong for you. Hydrate ist alles neu. Cupboard holds nothing of value. Walls are covered with paintings, backdrops, portraits, and abstract pictures. Melancholy seems to be the only thing they have in common. Bone saw. Shillings. Farmer's sake. It startled me. Don't go sneaking up on me like that. Sneaking in wheelchair. Now if you'd excuse me. Found a turnip. And paprika. Eyes are darting around the ceiling. He's seemingly distressed. Are you okay? Can you hear that? I can hear a clock, but I can't see the goddamn thing. Can't smell rosemary, garlic. Starving. He's got a crazy expression on his face. You notice his eye is gazing right through you. Yo, snap out of it, boy. Can't smell it, definitely. You can't fool me. Oh. Sorry about that. I don't know what got into me. Guess I was just lost in my thoughts, but next, those thoughts consumed me. There's something wrong about this. I came here to find something to eat. Not just for me, of course. Food for the other people at the train. I figured that could be my way out of helping everyone in this situation. You saw all the food at the dinner table? Used to be the mayor's manor. He must have stashed all the food somewhere. Let me find the food storage and we'll be out of here. Wollen wir mal alles untersuchen. The shelf has miscellaneous bottles and jars. Seems like this room has been used for rituals of some sort. Ja, ich glaube, wir können auch sehen, wer den für Rituals nutzt, ne? Tschüss. Search here for anything you can use. That's fine. Wir hauen einfach mal ab. What up? Seems useful. Go to. Bisschen Binding of Isaac useful. Vielleicht zwei davon. We find bottle of beer. Tasty. Komm, Dead King, du legendärer fucking Münzenwerfer. Lass schon sehen, wie die RNG dich fickt. Eine alte Hure. Fuck you, Dead King. Mana Key. Leather Armor. This is a decent upgrade. Simple armor made from hardened leather. Offers decent protection and it's not too heavy. Okay. Ich sehe gerade, wir haben schon eine davon. Dann wird die Schwester die andere haben. Dann müssen wir unsere Schwester tun. Einfach. An old vintage necklace. You and your sisters both have one of the wings. It has always been a bit too fleshy and big for your taste. You prefer more modest chivalry. Lass mich hoch. Oh wow. Two shillings. Newspapers. Come and get me, I'm so helpless. You idiot. Das meine ich. Die BM davon mit so einem guten Tutor. Hey, yo, buddy. Any ideas where the food storage could be? No idea. Let me know if you find... Wir haben ja nicht mehr viele Türen, die wir checken könnten. Tusch, 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 tusch. Ich mag das. Come, Dead King, huh? Einmal kann man ja verkacken, ne? Und zweimal verkackt ist es eine Streak. Glück gehabt. The 4 ages of modern history. The modern age and modern chronology begins from the birth of our Lord, the Ascended One, Alma. There are many fabricated religious texts about Alma, but there is enough evidence to prove that Alma did indeed exist as a real person at the time, just like Jesus did. His birthmark as the first age. The second age started from the reign of the so-called New Gods in the year 410. There are texts about different New Gods prior to this event, and the concept did exist in ancient times as well. But this group of people included the famed warlord from the Eastern Sanctuaries, Najra the Great. This alone made this group more distinguished compared to the ones that came before. Their world order started a slow decline a few hundred years after the death, only to be ended by the Fellowship around year 800. Popular book The Fellowship inspired the contemporary people of the time and lifted the 4 people of the Fellowship from Thar, Chambara, Nilvan, and Valtil near godlike status. Their age would last until the end of the 16th century. The Western world was in a dark age at the time, and out of nowhere appeared a new idol of worship, the god of fear and hunger. People forgot the teaching of the old times, disease and death, and turned on to this new savior. The appearances of the god of fear and hunger started the 4th age, in which mankind had to learn to adapt and evolve. As times have progressed, we are still living according to this ideology. Den Hunger Times scheint ziemlich zu sacken, ja? Okay, ziemlich fett am Hungern. Meat Pie. Immer nur 8 Stück. Wodka. Ganze Flasche. Denk fucking Keller, Alter. Kann auch gut gehen. Gasoline Canister. Okay, dann nicht. Will ich an der Kette anketten? Welcher Kette? Must be the food storage of the old town. Quite while. Jedes Mal im Kühlschrank, also wirklich. Kein da, dass man sich drauf verlassen kann. Kette rechts. Nee. Kann dein King leider nicht erfüllen, Dead King. Fucking Kruse-Masterin. Ah nein, es war zu früh. Yo, Henrik. I found the food store. You did? Way. Jackpot, this is it. Ah, this stuff. It's the famous Bohemian truffle. Man, must have gathered all this together when shit hit the fan. You can't barricade yourself here for months with this much goodies around. I'll pick up the ingredients for a great dinner. For how many people? 14 just in case. Yeah. Hey, I also found something interesting. Maybe you'll find use for these. You got the silver keys. I figure you could get into the city with these. In any case, I'll see you back at the train in a minute. Don't forget to join at dinner. Ich würde sagen, unserem Charakter geht es gerade relativ gut. Und ich würde gerne ein Save machen. Ding ist, Saven in dem Spiel ist gar nicht so einfach, wie man denkt. Braucht erstmal eine sichere Bleibe. Ich habe gerne eine Bleibe, die irgendwo zentral ist. Dann nehme ich am besten dieses Haus. Problem ist, das ist an zweierlei Risk behaftet. Wir sollten erstmal den Menacing Threat im Nachbarraum ausschalten. Weil während der hier ist, möchte ich eigentlich nicht mit ihr schlafen. Und das andere ist, ich weiß nicht, was mit ihr passiert, wenn wir einfach schlafen. Aber wir werden das jetzt herausfinden. Ich habe 3 Wurfwaffen. Ich habe Health, ich habe Mind, ich habe Hunger. Okay. Wer immer du bist nicht freundlich. An eerie silence precedes the dark priest before you. Yo. Ich habe ja coole Ornament Lanterns, die enemies small fire damage. Gut. The decrepit priest gives a sadistic white grin. Das scheint gut Damage gemacht zu haben. Deswegen werfe ich mal einfach eine zweite. Oh, der brennt. Okay. Victorious. Search. Found a soulstone. Oh, Office Head. Das ist eine ganz schön aggressive Rollstuhlfahrerin, nicht? To be honest, erwarte ich, dass wir jetzt durch fucked up Shit gehen werden. Einfach nur, weil das Spiel mir schon viel beigebracht hat. Wir speichern. Definitiv speichern wir. Das ist risky, aber wir speichern. Nice. Welcome back. I take it that you are now acquainted with most of your fellow contestants. Keep up the pace, the festival won't last forever. Yeah, what's going on? Since the 14 of you are such a late addition to the party, your days are already running short. The festival will see its climax in just 3 days. That is how long you have time. Use it wisely. Time to do what? To gut, scheme, and revel in the bloody remains of your rival contestants. It is a simple festival at its core. You mean I have to kill the other contestants? What you do and what you don't is entirely up to you, of course. Do you want to kill your fellow contestants? But enough of that. Let us proceed to the services I can provide. How may I best aid you in your quest? Save. Das ist ein good save. Talk. You have 14 souls left. Head to the tower, let the blood spill. As 14 is reduced to 1, so opens the gate to the court of Rare. How may I best aid you in your quest? Der Hexen. Der Hexen ist unser Skillsystem in diesem Spiel. Das ist der super fucking Extended Skill Tree. Und wir haben geskillt Undergrowth Awareness und Toxicology. Wir könnten jetzt aber noch skillen Advanced Botanism. Poison Tip. Ich habe 3 Soulstones, das heißt, ich könnte 3-mal skillen. Ich kann auch nur in den Dingern skillen, die freigeschaltet sind, so wie ich das verstehe. Ich kann jetzt nicht hier rein, sondern nur da, wo die lila Linie reingeht. Wenn ich jetzt irgendwie an eine Contestant Soul rankomme, dann könnte ich basierend auf seiner Seele neue Skills skillen. Wenn ich Affinity mit einem Gott bekomme, dann kann ich auf der Affinity basierend Skills skillen. Wenn ich irgendwie ein Dokument finde, das mir was beibringt in der Richtung. Nicht da weiter skillen. Richtig. Und da wir derzeit ein bisschen short an allen anderen Sachen sind, würde ich sagen. Botanism. Poison-Tipp. Master-Chef. Ich wünschte, ich könnte andere Sachen machen, aber ich darf ja nicht. Immer noch keine Affinity zu irgendwelchen Gods bis jetzt. Ja, ich weiß noch nicht, was nützlich sein kann. Für unseren Charakter. Das ist ja dieser Flashbang. So. Gucken wir mal, was unsere Skills so können. Poison Tip. Code your weapon and poison extracted from the local plant life. Poison tip takes a small toll on your sanity because of the constant stress of handling a poison-coated weapon. Pretty cool. Advanced Botanism. The skill to condense the effective properties of herbs and plants to maximize their potential. Teaches you recipes for condensed blue and green herbs as well as lavender. Ich weiß halt nicht, was Condensed Lavender macht. Ich meine, Green Herb heilt Infection. Aber was will denn dann noch Condensed Green Herb machen? Ist das mir Limbs regrown? Offer protection against infection. Poisoning and other mild status as elements in advance. The effect doesn't last long though. Kann sehen, dass das eigentlich ziemlich cool ist, ja. Es gibt Gegner, die greifen halt hauptsächlich mit Infection an und sind eigentlich mehr da, um einen abzufacken. Und ich glaube, an den Stellen ist Condensed fucking Shish eigentlich ziemlich nice. Was mich die ganze Zeit stört. Ein Twitch, ne? Ein Hurensohn. Jo, was soll denn das, Twitch? Sei doch nicht so ein Arschficker. Nicht, dass Arschficker generell was Schlimmes sind. Aber der ist so ein Hurensohn-Arschficker, der einfach ohne zu fragen Arschfickt. Ich mach mal kurz mein Dashboard. Jetzt ist alles tutti. Gut, warum geht das nicht gleich so? Der hat halt die ganze Zeit das Ribbon am Top meines Dashboards nicht angezeigt. Nur zum Drittel angezeigt. Ja, was könnte Condensed Lavender sein? Recovers great amount of sanity when digested. Wir können auch nochmal ein bisschen gucken. Dann lieber Meat Pie, oder? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Das will ich craften. Das sieht cool aus. Apples und Light Blue Vial. Sieht richtig hot aus. Okay. Wir haben den ersten Save gemacht. Das hat die Folge, dass die Zeit im Spiel advanced wird. Das heißt, wir haben jetzt wahrscheinlich irgendwann später am ersten Tag. Und generell, okay, wir haben nachmittags. Generell will man halt eigentlich so wenig wie möglich speichern, weil die Time die ganze Zeit progressed. Bin mir nicht sicher, wie eng die Zeit bis jetzt ist. Aber es sieht aus, als könnte man die Story auf jeden Fall relativ chillig durchspielen. Vielleicht nicht auf unserem ersten Playthrough, weil ich werde viel lesen und viel Zeit deswegen wasten, weil die Zeit progressed. Aber ich glaube, da müssen wir uns erstmal keine Sorgen drum. Aber gehen wir erstmal da lang. Don't mind me, just scooten tuten. This must be the television room. entire room was focused on the television set. Bad, it's useless because of the lack of electricity. Verarschen einen doch hier. Die beiden sind cool, Mann. Oh ne, der ist nicht mehr cool. Ich habe mich umentschieden. Aber ich will den Koffer haben. Das war ja. Da hat er die Beinchen verloren. Er kann froh sein. Ne, der hätte mal lieber Olivia gespielt, dann wäre das egal gewesen. Chalk. Mit Chalk können wir zeichnen. Ja. Honey Bun. Rotten Meat. Turnip. Egg. Fluff. Egg. Salmon Snake Room. Ein bisschen disappointing, dass das nach dem Save ist, den wir gemacht haben. Aber wir haben noch das Book of Enlightenment. Deswegen würde ich jetzt nicht speichern. Aber der Drop, ne? Der ist so fucking gut. An old relic from northern warrior tribes of Oldegard. This rune is said to contain the soul of a salmon snake that gives its owner a hardened skin that prevents limb losses, burns and bleeding. Ihr könnt sehen, warum das sick ist, oder? Das ist der Blessed Run, den wir gerade haben. Bye. He saw me. Coole Wand, oder? Oh, well, several heads. Heads seem to be in varying states of rot. The earliest heads look like several weeks old, while the most recent ones seem to be freshly cut. The dark corner of the unwanted and the undesired, where they dumped the disease, stillborn and now the moons. Welcome to a fresh one. Welcome to the shit pit of Prayerville. Yeah, nice decoration you have in here. On the ever-watching eye of the dead, I want Mother. I want the one who swept half of the old town down, the Westman. Then I want the one who condemned us down here. I want the filthy priest. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Show no remorse. Let the blood flow. Jo, der soll mal weggehen. Ich hab gar keinen Bock auf den. Gulasch. Gulasch is pretty sick, boys. Also jetzt nicht in-game. Sondern Gulasch is actually pretty sick. Dead King! Zeig uns, dass du ein Versager bist. Gib uns deinen Wurf. So schlecht, Dead King. So schlecht. Was ist nur aus deinen ständigen guten Würfen geworden, Dead King, ja? Was ist nur daraus geworden? Wow, der Juke war nicht mal beabsichtigt. War auch eigentlich weniger ein Juke wie Sheer Luck, I guess. Molly bread. Wildflower, paprika, egg. Bin mir nicht sicher, ob ich das benutzen will. Also nicht für uns. Bin mir nicht mehr sicher, wo ich den finde. Go down. There's a toolbox left here. You find saw blade. War der nicht in einer Bowlinghalle oder so? Smell is neutral. No idea what the liquid is based on. Ornamental Lantern waren uns bis jetzt sehr nützlich. Ich mag das, wie die in der Nase popeln und sich die Augen auskratzen. nothing here. Yo. Ich glaube, es hängt nicht mal damit zusammen, ob man den tötet. Also, beziehungsweise ob man ihn leben lässt. Das Zeug. He seems to be lost at heart. Nice to see you again. This poor bastard. He's a real mixed bag of symptoms. Body seemed to be going through a metamorphosis of some kind. On one hand, it looks like severe radiation burn, but parts of the body look to suffer from a frostbite, and overall he's in a state of severe hypothermia. It was based. Well, fuck. Never seen anything like it. Really a little bugger. What could it be? What could be causing it? Well, locals seem to call it a state of moon scorched. We've both seen the dream, so we can't rule out such madness. On a more positive note, it doesn't seem to spread via physical contact or through air. Maybe it's too early to say that we'd be exactly safe from it. Who are you anyway? There were so many in your faces as a train that I couldn't bother to memorize each and every single name. Introduce yourself. Pleasure. My mother called me Dan and my father called me Daniel, so it's anyone's guess which one's the real name, but never call me Doniel. This mess requires further studies. I'll have to check out the nearby slums again. You're free to join if you want. Yeah, sure. Let's try to avoid concentration out there. Things don't seem right. Whatever's causing these symptoms, their bodies also seem to affect their mind. Bloody bowl. The blood is all dried up. It's a big crate. You can really open it without better. You can really open it without better tool. And yo. The lake looks so huge because you can't see the other side. Wonder if we could just swim across the lake to get out of here. Rotten meat. Carrot. Penny bun. Paprika. Mushrooms. Hat er irgendwas Cooles? Kapell. Very short but very accurate in experienced hands. The quest. Muss ich auch denken, yo, was geht denn mit ab? Meint ihr, der muss sich beeilen, damit er mit uns mithalten kann? Meint ihr, wir sind so fast, dass er actually fast-paced Walk anwenden muss? Oder meint ihr, der joggt schon? What an unexpected sight. The sedge doesn't look like it belongs here. Might be worth checking it out, or first I want to check up on the locals outside. Ich würde es mir auch wünschen. Never took the Hippocratic oath, but when faced with people in clear need of help, I just can't turn my back. I'm not sure what exactly I can do for these people, though I feel like traditional medical science won't cut it here. Starting to feel hungry. 70%. Jetzt noch voll gut, ey. Wow. Lucky us. Weiß halt nicht, ob ich mit denen reden kann, ohne die zu bobbern. Just look at me. Just look at me. What's going on here? Faded lip, hanging eyelids. On my face. Stop, stop. man is crying in pain. What's going on here? Leave me be. Just leave. Bye. Ja, das habe ich mir gedacht, dass der uns followern wird. Itchy, itchy. I scratch and scratch and scratch and scratch and scratch. What's going on? Cold light that burns. What cold light? You're all the same. You'll see. You'll come to understand. It's crawling under my skin. Crawling. What's going on here? Crawling. Die Boys sind alle fucking on crack, glaube ich. Burns, burns cold. What's going on here? The moon scorched this land. It scorched us too. Scorching. Ich glaube, der will's wissen, Boys. Ich glaube, der will's auch wissen. Und hier waren, glaube ich, keine mehr, ne? Leaving alright? Not yet. Ich hab gehofft, dass er hier drin mal was sagt. Oh my. There's some decoration you've got here, mister. Sehr ärgerlich, aber not having any of this shit right now. Search. Medical diagnosis. Looked like skin from the upper half of this person's torso had been peeled off, and it's hanging on its waist down. The muscle tissue underneath has started to seemingly harden for whatever reason. The surface feels hard and crispy now. Oops. As if it wasn't enough, this guy has also clawed out his own eyes from the looks of things. This must have been an act of insanity. The body itself is weak against slashing attacks, fire, and otherworldly powers. Habt ihr das gesehen? Nochmal. Oh. Yeah. Time to give me your head. You took the Moonscotch head as a trophy. Ich will den anderen eigentlich auch noch töten. Tamed up Coffin. Ja, lass den Koffer mal Coffin sein. Not feeling like it. Ich will die beiden Boys loswerden. Ich keinen Bock habe, immer um die rumzudancen. Ich fürchte tatsächlich, dass ich mit ihm hier nicht viel machen kann gerade. Plan. I still see if there's something I can do for these people. I'll meet up with you later, okay? Is it wise to disperse? Probably not, but I need to further look into the sickness. Take care out there. I mean, dafür haben wir jetzt eine Clean Area. Gun was it, right? What do you think could be causing this? Do you think that the army conspiracy theory is such a foolish one? Sheesh, I just came here. I know as much as you do at this point. Doesn't look like something that would transfer to us by physical contact, but maybe it's too early to say for sure. Didn't even consider the possibility of getting this myself. I was talking to a few of those poor subs earlier and they claimed the moonlight did this. So it got me thinking that maybe a bomb of some kind could have detonated nearby and these people mistook the bright explosion as the moonlight. I've read about experimental warfare and that might fit the bill, and the sickness we see in these people could be radioactive fallout from such explosion. But then again, an explosion of that magnitude would surely catch attention worldwide. So you are considering army meddling? It'd be silly not to, but you never know. Hey, maybe the culprit is just what these people say, the moonlight did it. And here I thought you were an educated professional. I actually never got proper education, so you seemed wrong. And what am I talking to you for? Good question, that is what I was running myself too. YouTube is hella based. Oh hey, this place, am I right? Yeah, it's not so safe to wander here alone. Don't worry, I can handle myself. Most of these people can still be reasoned with anyway. It's you! Just what the hell is going on this town? There's something bad. Locals, did you get attacked too? Yep. I'm just glad I took my pistol with me. The scoop just became a lot bigger. I have to be careful what I wish for in the future. What do we know? What do you know about the scoop? I smelled something was off about Bremen occupying Prehevel. It seemed like the whole Bremen campaign focused on getting here. That makes no sense. This should be just another backwaters town. I have my connections to different organizations and groups. One of the resistance groups fighting against Bremen Empire confirmed my suspicions. Something was about to go down here. I wasn't informed about anything else, really. I can't believe I wasn't even warned about this. That guy will have a hell of to pay once I get back to civilization. Want to tag along? Maybe a bit later. Wir gehen noch mal in die City, weil ich warte eigentlich auf ein Event und ich weiß schon vom Buster Boy, dass dieses Event stattfindet. Aber ich glaube, es ist so verbuggt, dass man es nicht sehen kann momentan. Then again, wir kommen von der anderen Richtung. No specific reason. Ist das clever jetzt von der anderen Richtung? Eigentlich nicht. Wir gehen über diese. Mach den Hungerstatus mal weg. Warum bin ich noch hungrig? Poison Tip. Musst du zuerst kommen, du Wichser? Ja, du. God. Ah. Son of a bitch. Und Gunpowder. Wheels Beer Tribunal. Ich werde es jetzt nicht herausfinden, aber ich vermute nicht. Okay. Ich hasse das, wenn die das tun. Am Anfang des Kampfs eine Beer Trip legen. Ich bin wenigstens wieder da, wo ich hin wollte. Aber die Person, die ich suche, kann ich einfach nicht sehen. Wenn ich sie jetzt hier nicht sehen kann, die eventuell da ist, aber ich sie nicht sehen kann. Ich wusste nicht, dass es ein Autodialog ist. Hinter dem Tisch sollte eigentlich ein cooler Dude sitzen. Ein großer, cooler Dude, der gerade am Dinen ist. Just in time for dinner. Sit down. Down. Der hat definitiv keine Hörnchen auf dem Kopf. Yeah, newcomer. Isn't it peaceful here? I'm glad to see you're not a complete loony yet. Unlike those others. You saw those people, didn't you? One can only wonder what happened to the folks around these parts. We've drifted far from humanity. Only thing they seem interested in is scavenging the scraps around the old town. How am I to have an in-depth discussion with them? I want to talk about poetry, music, and culinary arts. Yeah, what happened here? We're in the same boat here, my friend. I don't have the answers. I heard the Bremen military meddled with something. Some say the moonlight scotched this earth into something unrecognizable. And the townsfolk say it's always been this way. Newcomer, you haven't touched the food yet. These are rare delicacies you can only find in Prehavel. I've traveled from afar just to experience them. Take these, for example. Don't they look absolutely delicious? Use the imagination. Food can be inspired as the highest forms of painted art or the most complicated musical arrangements. What comes to mind when you look at these dangling beauties? Like, die sehen eigentlich, die jetzt ohne Scheiß, die sehen aus wie Steaks. Cotton candy. They sure don't taste like cotton candy. I wonder if such salty treats are going to waste with the likes of you. Let's see. Yes. What about this little squirmy thing? What comes to your mind? Local sausage, snakes, male genitalia. I dare not to see your antlers. Get the thing out of my face. Snakes. Living on the ground. Yes, a deceiving one. This one is my favorite. This peculiar fungus. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Just an ordinary mushroom, nudity, family, rainy day, coitus. Rainy day. I can see that. I can still smell the damp forest floor. I don't know about you, but I'm full. Thank you for your company. From what I understand, you are needed in the city. I do have the key, however, I have one last question. You support the Bremen army? Are you a man of Kaiser, so to speak? Support the Bremen army. I'm afraid you are not the kind I was hoping for. So sieht er eigentlich aus. Run. Creature blocks your path. F. Ich war mir nicht mehr sicher, ob er für oder gegen die Army ist. Ich klau dem Army, nein, klau ich nicht. Ich klau dem gar nichts, Mann. Der hat mir gerade mein Leben geklaut. So. Das war unser erster Death. Okay. Wir werden ab jetzt immer. Lass mich nur einmal kurz hier reingehen. Wir haben jetzt nicht die Skills, ich habe jetzt nicht geskillt, wir müssen eigentlich nicht skillen. Wir müssten jetzt eigentlich skillen. Aber ich werde ab hier jetzt immer durchcruisen, bis zu den Punkten, wo wir dann waren. Ohne nochmal alles durchzulesen. Ich will nur eine Sache checken. Also man sieht ihn einfach nicht. Es glitscht. Ich hoffe, die itch.io-Version, die wird, was das angeht, gepatcht. Ich weiß, die Steam-Version, die ist schon gepatcht, aber die itch.io-Version, die braucht anscheinend immer einen Tag länger oder 2 Tage länger. Jetzt vielleicht eine neue Version gibt. Two days ago last update. Vielleicht haben wir ja Glück und morgen will ich erstmal Dwarf Fortress spielen. Je nachdem, wie ich Lust und Laune habe, können wir morgen nach Dwarf Fortress nochmal ein bisschen weiterspielen. Aber ansonsten würde ich übermorgen mit euch weiterspielen. Ich hoffe, das Spiel ist interessant. Ich bin ein Sucker vor Feared Hunger. Also, ich kann mir das Spiel 8 Stunden am Stück geben. Das tue ich auch die letzten Tage. Und ich hoffe, es gefällt euch auch zumindest ein bisschen. Und ich glaube ganz ehrlich, dass ich euren Geschmack damit ganz, ganz gut treffe. So, aber Boys, wie gesagt, ich werde für heute, werde ich das Feld räumen. Wir waren zwar nur knapp 2 Stunden da heute, aber gleich mal morgen aus. Gameplay findest du kacke? Ja, ich kann das verstehen, weil das Game sehr Trial and Error heavy ist und man sehr viele Mechanics lernen muss. Und wenn man nicht ein fucking Autist ist wie ich, dann kann das einen auch sehr schnell stören. Warum seht ihr eigentlich? Ist auch egal. Ähm, deswegen kann ich das sehr gut nachvollziehen. Das Ding ist halt, es gehört zum Spiel und das Spiel an sich ist verdammt interessant, verdammt funny und einfach mal was anderes. So, deswegen. Ich finde das eigentlich ganz cool. Jungs, aber wie gesagt, ich bin hier weg. Ich habe nämlich noch was vor. Ich wünsche euch noch viel Spaß und eine gute Nacht. Und wir sehen uns morgen wieder. Auf Wiedersehen.